My name is Marion Palmer. I was born in New Cumnock on the 9th of the 2nd of 25. That should tell you my age. I am now 95 years old. Went to Blackpool on my own to work in a boarding house. And I was in there when the war started. And my biggest memory is the morning was standing waiting in a speech from the Prime Minister to tell us Britain is now at war with Germany. And he just stood there and thought, what's going to happen here? Then I worked there for a wee while and they had to take in no army, Air Force personnel. About half a dozen of them stayed in the boarding house. Then I worked here for a wee while, and of course all the lights had to go out at the pleasure beach and everything. Then I worked here for a while, and then my mother wanted me home because the war had started. So there I was, put in a train to go back to Scotland. I say I must have been quite a small girl. And I got onto the carriage and there was Air Force chaps in it, and I happened to say, is this train going to London? And they said, I'm sorry, it's not. Going to Scotland? I said, I'm sorry. They said, I'm sorry, it's not. So there I was, they had to get my bags and back on the platform till I got the right train. And then I came home. I worked for a wee while after that, and then I became 18 and I had to do board work. I went to the munitions at Dumfries. It was called the Drungens. I worked in what they called the teasing house, where you slice the bales of cotton and put them into your teasing machine, and then they went through to the nitrating, and then on to powfoot, which to be made into ammunition. And we used to have concert parties come in during the lunchtime to entertain us. It was run by the ICI. It was ICI, the Imperial Chemical Industries. There was chemists worked there, and we had a Belgian girl worked with me. We were all good friends in the workplace. There was a club in Dumfries who the munition workers all had a card to let them into it if they wanted to go out at night. When I first started at the munition, I stayed with an aunt in Sanker who had a son in the Air Force, a flight lieutenant, and the night they were bombing Hamburg, he was on that raid and got shot down and killed. And they got a telegram to say that he had been shot down. For my 90th birthday, my son-in-law discovered this book to do with munitions, and going through it was a photograph of some munition workers and myself with them. Last year my family took me a run up to Annan to a museum called the Devil's Porridge. It was all about working in munitions, and one of the staff was so delighted to meet somebody that had actually worked in them. And while I was looking at the pictures, two boys about 12 and 13 were standing beside me, and I said to them, you know, I used to work in these things, and they actually looked, has she come from another world or something like that? What could you say? Has she come from another world? And I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a lovely museum. During the war, we were all in it together, the whole country. There were great celebrations for VE Day all over the country. I ended up going to a celebration ball. Yes, there was a lot of the celebrations. I've got a programme card here that I was at a VE ball. Everybody was celebrating, as you know, the Queen, and everybody was out in Trafalgar Square. the Queen and the princesses were out amongst the crowds, and Churchill was up in the balcony. All in all, it was a great celebration. And then I went on and met my husband, who was an army man. He was 6 years abroad. He was actually one of Montgomery's desert rats, and a great British Legion man who could round with poppy tins every armistice. Nowadays, I read all the newspapers. I love to read the newspapers. And secondly, I watch Formula One.